With that down, guys, let's move on to this. You know, speaking of the Barbie movie being the #1 movie of the year, the movie that came in right behind it, also making well over $1 billion, was the Super Mario Brothers movie. Like, that movie just smashed it at the box office when everybody kind of laughed at it, at the idea at first when it was coming out. Well, now, of course, having been, I think, a $1.3 billion film, they're gearing up for the next one to come out next year. And we just got a little bit of insight into really what they're going to be aiming for. This comes to us from comicbook.com. It's like, new Super Mario Brothers movie 2 update is great news for the hardcore fans. And it writes this: during a Q&A promotion of Nintendo's recent general meeting of shareholders, producer, I always mispronounce Chris's last name, Meledandri, I'm going to say that.
Meledandri.
Noted that the movie is going to make the biggest fans a priority. We are hard at work on the next movie, and we're working very closely with the team at Nintendo. It's my hope that the movie will entertain and be embraced by the core fans first, but we also hope that the film will also appeal to new fans who have not yet embraced Mario and the world of Nintendo, said blah, 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 blah. So I'm pretty sure I nailed it. Pretty sure I nailed it there. So, all right. This is something the fans ask for a lot of any property. Appeal to the hardcore fans first. And what I normally rightly say is that you can't do that, because the core fans of X property is too small of a group to make a film successful. Yeah, of course you want to be appealing to the core group of fans, but you also have to have your eye mainly on the wider audience. How do you bring a wider audience in? That's what I would normally say.
Yep.
With a Mario Brothers movie, though, the context changes, because the Mario Brothers, who has not played Mario Brothers? Anybody in this room? Anybody watching? Is there anybody you even know in your life that hasn't at some point, whether it's on a Game Boy or a Switch or a Super NES or
Donkey
whatever.
Kong in the arcade, man. That was the first time I played Mario.
I mean, who hasn't at some point played Mario and doesn't have some form? Even your grandparents have some form of a connection to it because they watch their kids play it or their kids' kids play it. This is one of those, and it's very rare. Pokemon is not it. Transformers is not it. A lot of things aren't it. But Mario Brothers is one of those things where it is an IP that has literally touched everybody. And I would dare say, Rob, the strength of the first Mario Brothers movie, and I think you would agree with this, was not its expectations defining narrative depth. The strength of the Super Mario Brothers movie was its familiarity. It was the nostalgia. It was, and a great sense of humor to go along with it as well. It's like, oh, it's the star. Oh, it's that guy. Oh, it's that guy. And listen, you can do that and it go badly, or you can do it and do it well. And the Mario Brothers did it well. And it was charming and endearing all because of that. And like, so when I hear this guy, the head of the studio, say, we are going to target the core audience first, I wouldn't say this for any other property, but for Mario, I would say, darn right you should. Because that's where your strength of your first movie lies. That's where your success in the second movie is going to rely. And so for me, it's the right move. And listen, I didn't love the Super Mario Brothers movie, but I certainly enjoyed it. And I'm looking forward to seeing the next one because of that aspect specifically. Anyway, Rob, you hear what Mario said. What do you think about his comments, and what do you think the approach should be here?
Okay, here's what I'm always wary when people talk about the fans.
Yeah, because who are the fans?
Yeah, I think that's a really easy shortcut. That's just something to say. I think what you're really talking about is, do you have an understanding of the property that you're going to adapt? An overall understanding, call it the gestalt of the whole property. Do you get it? And I think the Super Mario Brothers movie did a good job of holistically bringing to the screen that franchise. The people that made it were fans. If the people that are working on something, they can be fans of it, but they also have to have an understanding of classical storytelling at the same time. You have to have both. The fans are going to show up. They're going to be there. But fans don't like to be pandered to either. You know, Snarky J did a video of pandering and nostalgia the other day. And I think a lot of times I don't want to clap like a seal when something shows up that I recognize. Oh, there's that blah, blah, blah.
But a lot of people do.
I
A lot of
hate
people
that.
do.
They do. But give me something that is legitimately a great story that maximizes whatever the IP is to the nth degree. And look, the great thing about the Mario Brothers movie is there was clearly a lot of love for that franchise coming out of Nintendo and coming from everybody that worked on it. And while I didn't think the movie was like the greatest movie in the world, I was certainly entertained by it. I'm like, wow, you know, they did a good job.
They did. It was a
good
fun
job.
little film.
It
Yeah.
was, and I think that's what you want from, oh, we're going to appeal to the hardcore fans. Well, make a good movie. That's how you appeal to the hardcore fans. I don't need weird fan service that you're going to throw in unless it's integral to the plot. And then I can go, wow, you guys really thought about this. You added something that for the hardcore fans, but you did it in a way that's really interesting and really smart. And I think that's what anybody wants when you're translating one IP into another. If you're taking a video game IP and putting it into movie form, you want the video game that you love to be represented. And the problem is everyone tries to change things. You're like, we're going to look at what happened to Assassin's Creed.
Ugh.
But I mean, and that's the whole thing. It was like you've got the virtual reality and you're going, I understand all that. Look, if you just made an Assassin's Creed game set in the past, it would have been fine.
Well, I mean, yes and no. Yes and no. Because I'm glad you brought up Assassin's Creed, because right around in that same era when Assassin's Creed was coming out, there was a little film called Warcraft coming out right now. And I remember looking forward to, we had Assassin's Creed and Warcraft coming. And I remember saying, these are the two films that are going to usher in a golden age of video game adapted movies, right? The problem, I mean, yeah, and Assassin's Creed was just straight up gutter trash. It was just a terrible, terrible movie. But Warcraft, it very much drew from all the lore of Warcraft.
Yeah.
See, the thing is, I think a lot of game fans just think, oh, if you just stick to whatever is in the game, it will work.
But a game's different than a narrative.
Exactly. Adaptation does need to be made, but it's you can stick close to it and it be terrible. You can stick close to it and be great. You can deviate and be terrible. You can deviate and be great. Now, of course, the ideal formula there is stick close and be great. I mean, that's a win for everybody when you can do that. You know what I'm saying? But, oh, those were dark days. And by the way, I didn't hate the Warcraft movie. I didn't hate it. I know most people hated it.
There's stuff to like about it.
There is stuff to like in it. But I mean, I just remember for about a year and a half, Rob, that window of time when we were going to get Warcraft and Assassin's Creed, and I'm like, this is it, guys. This is it. And it didn't quite work out to be that.
Well, I mean, you know, it's funny. I just watched, I went to my friend Bill Hunt's house and we watched the first 9 of 10 episodes of the new season of Foundation.
Right.
Now, Foundation is...
Which I cannot wait for season 3.
It's incredible. It's incredible. It gets better every season. But Foundation is not like a direct adaptation of the books. It's a heady adaptation. It uses all the ideas in interesting ways. And season 3 also leans into Asimov's robots work, like the Elijah Bailey novels and the robotics. It's really really well done. So I was really looking forward to Henry Cavill getting involved in Warhammer.
Yeah.
And I was thinking the way to do that, the way to do Warhammer is kind of what they've done with the Foundation series, where they could take all, because Warhammer it's all lore.
By the way, have you ever played Warhammer?
Yeah.
The tabletop? It's a lot of fun.
It's a lot of fun, and all the different armies and all the different histories, and Henry Cavill being this huge fan he would have been great. I mean, I still want to see him involved, and the iconography. There's this great Warhammer a fan film that's really cool, and I thought that would have been a great way. And if you approached it the way they approached Foundation, it could be a great show. But you need deft storytellers. You need great writing. And the writing staff of Foundation is terrific, and you could probably give them anything, and they could figure out ways to adapt it in a way. And that's what I would love to see. I mean, I'm not saying that's what happens to Mario 2, but you know,
Bring something heavy.
You don't need the Foundation writing staff to work on Mario 2, but if you had that writing staff, it'd be a hell of a Mario movie.
Interesting. All right, guys. Question is for you. What do you think about this? They're saying that they really are targeting just the core fans of Mario. But, I mean, when you're targeting the core fans of Mario, isn't that pretty much everybody and really the right way to go? Right. Anyway, whatever you guys think about that, jump down to the comment section below and leave your thoughts there. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.